Congratulations, you've made it to the Rule 18 video. Rule 18 is in the conduct of vessels in sight of one another and focuses on the responsibility between vessels. Get a fresh set of note pages and let's jump right in. Rule 18A is a 4-part rule. The rule states that, except where rules 9, 10, and 13 otherwise require, a power-driven vessel underway shall keep out of the way of a vessel not under command, a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver, a vessel engaged in fishing, and a sailing vessel or sailing yacht. So what this rule is saying is that outside of the rules for narrow channels, traffic separation schemes, and when in an overtaking situation, this rule will apply. Remember that those rules are specific rules to those situations. So if you're not in any of those 3 situations, then a power-driven vessel while underway shall keep out of the way of a vessel not under command, which we covered in a previous rule, means that the vessel does not have the ability to get out of the way. Usually, this means that something is wrong with the vessel's propulsion system, rudder system, or both. A power-driven vessel underway shall also keep out of the way of a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver. Now, we've covered this before in a previous rule, but to refresh your memory, this is a vessel that, due to the nature of her work, cannot keep out of the way. And a power-driven vessel also needs to keep out of the way of a vessel engaged in fishing. Now, to refresh your memory, this is a vessel that also cannot keep out of the way due to their fishing gear that could be in the water or fishing apparatus. And lastly, a power-driven vessel shall keep out of the way of a sailing vessel or a sailing yacht. Remember that this would be a sailing vessel that is using their sails and the wind as a means of propulsion and not their motor. Now, I know this one sounds like a lot of information, but it's actually quite simple to follow along if you analyze the pattern of the vessels that you must keep out of their way as a power-driven vessel. All of the vessels that were listed that you should keep out of their way are vessels that cannot get out of the way from you. And because you're in a power-driven vessel without any of the restrictions that we just listed, you are to keep out of their way. Rule 18B is a 3-part rule which states a sailing vessel underway shall keep out of the way of a vessel not under command, a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver, and a vessel engaged in fishing. So this rule is just like the first rule. But now this applies to sailing vessels which are underway versus power-driven vessels. Same principles apply here. You have to keep out of the way of vessels that cannot keep out of the way. Rule 18C states that a vessel engaged in fishing when underway shall, so far as possible, keep out of the way of a vessel not under command, a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver. So this is the same thing that we just covered in 18A and 18B, but this is now referring to fishing vessels, specifically referring to fishing vessels when they're underway, which means that you're not going to be engaged in fishing. And because you're not engaged in fishing, you now have no restrictions to keep out of the way of other vessels. So, to sum it up, a fishing vessel which is underway, would not be engaged in fishing, is to keep out of the way of a vessel that is not under command and a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver. Rule 18D, Part 1, states that any vessel other than a vessel not under command or a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver shall, if the circumstances of the case admit, avoid impeding the safe passage of a vessel constrained by her draft, exhibiting the signals in Rule 28. So what this rule is stating is that all vessels, with the exception of a vessel not under command or a vessel restricted in her ability to maneuver, shall keep out of the way of a vessel that is constrained by her draft. The reason why vessels not under command and vessels restricted in their ability to maneuver are exempt is because those vessels are unable to keep out of the way. And the reason why all other vessels are to keep clear and keep out of the way of a vessel that is constrained by her draft is because that vessels that are constrained by their draft have to navigate through water that is deep enough to ensure that they do not run aground. Now, when the rule states that vessels constrained by their draft must display the signals prescribed in Rule 28, this is so that the other vessels can identify the restriction that that vessel has. Now, don't worry, we haven't covered this yet, but we're going to cover this in length when we get to Rule 28. But just so that you know what those signals are, by day, a vessel constrained by her draft would show a day shape of a black cylinder, and by night, they would display 3 red lights in a vertical line. Now, I know that this might still sound confusing. But trust me, once we get to this rule and we cover the day shapes and the lights that the vessels must display, I promise it's going to get a lot clearer for you. Rule 18D Part 2 states that a vessel constrained by her draft shall navigate with particular caution, having full regard to her special condition. So what this rule is stating is that if you're operating a vessel that is constrained by her draft, you have to ensure that you're navigating with extreme caution, because the nature of your restriction, if you're not navigating with caution, could lead you to run aground. Rule 18E states that a seaplane on the water shall in general keep well clear of vessels and avoid impeding their navigation. In circumstances, however, where risk of collision exists, she shall comply with the rules of this part. So this one is pretty self-explanatory. All seaplanes need to keep out of the way of all vessels, and seaplanes cannot impede the safe navigation of any other vessels. Now, the second part of the rule states that if there's a risk of collision, they need to take action to avoid a collision, and the action that they take needs to comply with the rules. Rule 18F is a two-part rule, and it states that a WIG craft shall, when taking off, landing, and in flight near the surface, keep well clear of all other vessels and avoid impeding their navigation. A WIG craft operating on the water surface shall comply with the rules of this part as a power-driven vessel. So what this rule is stating is that a WIG craft, or a wing-in-ground craft, when landing or taking off, needs to keep clear of all the other vessels. Now, the second part of the rule simply states that when they're operating on the surface of the water, they are now classified as a power-driven vessel, and they have to comply to the rules of this section based on their classification as a power-driven vessel. Congratulations, you made it to the end of Rule 18. Now, I know that was a lot of information to absorb. Just remember that vessels that cannot keep out of the way have priority. To give you a visual of what I'm referring to, this visual shows you all of the classifications of vessels in order of priority. You can see that at the top, or with the most priority, are vessels not under command and vessels restricted in their ability to maneuver. Next on the list are vessels constrained by their draft. Then you have fishing vessels, then sailing vessels or sailing yachts, then power-driven vessels, and lastly, seaplanes. Now, before we complete this video, I want to show you this diagram, which shows the names and abbreviations for the different classification that the vessels can be in. It is important for you to know these because a lot of the items in the rules in the final exam, the classification is not going to always be completely spelled out. So take a minute, pause the video, write these down, take a screenshot or take a picture of it with your phone so that you can refer back to these abbreviations and the names when studying for your final exam. All right, now hopefully that helps you understand the hierarchy of the vessels on the water. I know that this is a very lengthy rule with a lot of information in it, but it's extremely important that you understand this rule. So study your nose hard until you can confidently understand the rule, because as we move on into the next section of the day shapes and the lights, you'll be completely lost if you don't fully understand this rule. Don't worry though, I'm going to be here every step of the way with you to make sure I keep breaking them down and making sure that you fully understand what the rules are saying. So organize your notes, study hard, and I'll be waiting for you in the next video.